Why, hello everyone. I am Monkeypuzzle, and welcome to episode number 31 this time, playing the Direwolf20 FTB pack for Minecraft 1.7.10. Had to take a deep breath for all those numbers, and I have been waiting for you. I'm glad that you finally made it back here, because I am about to uncover some new tree species for the game. And I am very excited about that. So let's go do it. Down here with my whole bee and tree and butterflies set up too. There was some butterflies when I logged into the game today, and I guess I scared them all away. I came in at night and there was like 3 or 4 of them all sleeping on flowers. It was very cute and cool and beautiful. And hopefully we'll get some more pretty soon. Putting forestry trees into the game is what makes the butterflies come. And these trees now are partly forestry trees. Yeah, because if you look at their leaf blocks, you can see these funny leaves that look kind of like jungle leaves with these little olivey bright parts in them. That means that these leaves have been pollinated. And when we get the sapling from them, they'll either be hybrids of each other or brand new species. So I have been patiently waiting to do that with you guys because I want to see what we get. Now, I could just punch them, but my chances of getting a sapling would be a lot lower. So what we need is a thing called a grafter. And that is this right here. So let's go ahead and use that. But actually, before we get some saplings, let's get a couple other tools going that we're going to need. In here in the carpenter, the first thing we're going to need, well, actually it's the second thing we're going to need. Let's make the first thing we're going to need, which is a treealyzer. And it's a lot like the beealyzer that we've been using to analyze the bees, but this is for trees. And when we get to the butterflies, we'll make the flutterlizer, which I think is pretty funny. Let's go ahead. Let this one make, and I'm going to start the apiarist database going. And that's just like did I say the apiarist database? I meant the arborist database. The apiarist database, like I showed you before, it shows you every bee that we have beealized so far. And looking at this, you can see a bit of my progress. I've made it all the way to majestic on the one line, and diligent and unweary, which is gonna, when I cross these, I'll get industrious. And majestic and industrious are the 2 bees I need to get the products of royal jelly and pollen that will give us the things we need to make the alvearies, which is the next level of beekeeping. It goes from the bee house to the apiary to the alveary, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, I've made progress. And here is is it this one? Yeah, my treealyzer. So that's cool. And now let's take this out and turn this into the recipe for the arborist database. So it's going to go ahead and start making that. And that will help us keep track of our tree breeding. So, oh, and one other thing before I start digging in with the grafter, let's make a pair of spectacles. And not the spectacles that I put on my golems, but these. These are from Forestry. Just a piece of bronze, some glass panes, and I get some spectacles. And if I put those on in my helmet slot, bam, all those gray leaves are ones that have been pollinated. So those are all the ones that I need to harvest right now. So if I use the grafter, I'm guaranteed a sapling every time. That one looks like an oak, and that one looks different. Let's check it out. What did we get? We got, okay, so now that's an apple oak seedling, and that is when first time you treealize all the vanilla saplings, which actually I should have done before I put them down. They become the forestry version of this. So the oaks are apple oaks, the birches are silver birches, the spruces are red spruce, and the jungle, I forget what they're called, maybe still just jungle. But then the other tree I just got, we've got a common beech sapling. So that's a brand new tree. And we'll plant them and see what plant it and any new species we get as soon as I clear all these out. Now I gotta harvest all these first and with a grafter and see what they all are. And I'm gonna have to trialize them all. Now that's as far as that grafter got me. You know, and I've got plenty of bronze and I could just make a ton of grafters and keep doing that, but we need to do better than that. And let's go ahead and, well, there's a couple things. We got to analyze these, but we also need to get a better grafter. Let me analyze these real quick so I can make a little space in my inventory. So, because I need, well, that's the database, right? Oh, wait, that's the database. And then here's the trializer. And then I need some more honey drops. So I don't have any space in here. Here, let me drop that on the ground for a second. I'll put my honey drops in the trializer. And now I can pick my sapling back up. And let's just go ahead and analyze these real quick. So the apple oak, you can see it's actually not just an apple oak. It is an apple oak and a silver birch. And it's got all these traits that we can go through at some point, but you can kind of get a general idea of the different stuff we're keeping track of. And there's more traits and stuff, and then the possible products and possible mutations, of which we haven't discovered any yet because we haven't analyzed the beach yet. And then there's just some scientific nomenclature. So, let me stay in there. So let me do the beach, and it is a straight up beach, and it's got all these other traits. And let me see, we didn't do that one. So this is another cross, but the dominant trait is still silver birch, and there, and there. So these are all hybrids. These are the, and this is the new species right here that we got. So I made a little compartment here in my diamond compartment thing where I've been keeping all my bee breeding. This was the first round of bee breeding from the mundane bees, the meadows, and the forest drone, which don't seem all that mundane to me, but what they mean by mundane, like I said before, is the ones that come with world gen. That was the next level of breeding when I got to the commons and the cultivated. And this is the level of breeding I've been working on, which is the unwearies, the diligence, and I got all the way up to majestics, and there was nobles in there too. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, and some of these are actually new species that I found in chests and stuff, but I don't want to use those yet because I want to just see if we can discover them ourselves first. Then we can go back. All the hybrids I'm going to put in there for now. And yeah, let's get a better grafter. And we can keep moving on with all this other stuff. I have a little bit of bee breeding I want to show you too. But let me see. The next tier of grafter I could get is I could go trade with the apiarist villager over there, and he will trade me a proven grafter. And a proven grafter lasts a lot longer than the grafter I made with bronze over there. I don't know why I'm looking for it in here anymore. But I want to get one that's just going to last forever. So let's head back to the Hex Tower. We'll use this real quick. And let's look up grafter right there. And we want to make the thaumium grafter. And the recipe is not here. Let's put in the recipe for grafter. And that'll give us the 2 sticks. And I think if we just put a piece of thaumium there, we do not get the thaumium grafter. So I'm going to have to look at my book and see what I'm missing for the thaumium grafter. So down here in apimancy, magical bees, thaumium grafter is a stick. Oh, I got to do it in the arcane workbench. Aha. So let's do that. And while I'm here, let's grab some more sticks. I'm going to need some for this, and I need a piece of wool. So let's grab that, because while I'm doing this, I'm going to go ahead and make myself a thaumium scoop as well for the bees, because it will last, and I can stop going through scoops so fast. So first, the grafter. Here's the thaumium grafter. Yes? No? Why not? Oh, these are impregnated sticks. Okay. Whoops. Wrong sticks. These are the ones I've been using to make the frames for the apiaries. So Oh, I've got a lot more of those than regular sticks at this point. Okay. Ooh, freeze for a second there. That just happens. And there we go. Now we can make the thaumium grafter for a small price of 4.5 ordo. And so while we're in here, I thought I had more thaumium. I must have left it in the other crafting thing. So the thaumium scoop, I think, goes like this. And these didn't register in there. There we go. Now we got our thaumium scoop. So these are better, but we need to make them even better. And what we need to do for that is we need to do some infusion enchanting. Go on up there. You get in there. And we're going to put repair on it. And to do that, we just need an anvil and some Salus Mundi and some experience. Let's put the anvil there and the Salus Mundi there. I want to get repair 2. So let me see. Where's my wand? Let's go ahead and take off the portable hole and go ahead and start this. I already made sure I've got all the aspects I need. It's taking experience from me, doing a little damage, just kind of taking it forcefully. And this is going to put repair 1 on here. And then I'm going to do this a second time, and it's going to have repair 2. So it's grabbing some magic, some precantatio, and it's grabbing some ordo, I think. And what was in there? Oh, I can't tell anymore because I don't have my helmet on. Let me just take this off for the second. And let's see if that all worked. Let me see. We got, yep, repair 1. So then I'm going to do it a second time. And I'll spare you the rest of this because I'm going to do it twice on my thaumium scoop as well. But I just wanted to show you briefly. This is one of the coolest enchantments, I think, that you can do in Thaumcraft is repair, because items are self-repairing. They won't break. So that's great. I think I have everything I need out here. Let me go ahead and throw another jar of precantatio out just to make sure that there's enough magic. I didn't check that one. And it's also using Fabrico, which I got ready already, and the Ordo, which we always have plenty of. Okay, so anyway, when this is done, that will be repair 2. I'm going to do it again with the thaumium scoop, and we shall move on. Okay, so that's the second one there. So now we've got a thaumium scoop with repair 2 and a thaumium grafter with repair 2. But I'm not going to stop quite there. Let me just grab some more XP. I don't really have to be precise about amounts because I have so much liquid XP now from so many things that it's kind of ridiculous. I'm going to put Unbreaking 3 as well on each of these. And I need some more XP. And that's going to make sure that these things last forever. Okay, and then I just need to go ahead and put these on with the anvil. And then we can go ahead and put them to use. So that plus that we have... I guess it doesn't go on that way. Alright, well that would be a waste. I guess I have to do it with the infusion enchanting as well. Okay. Lesson learned. I'm going to go ahead and do that. I have to actually look up how you do with the infusion enchanting. It's over here in Artifice. I have to look up what I need to get unbreaking. Somewhere over here. Okay. So pickaxe, Salus Mundi, and obsidian, and all these things. So let me go ahead and do that with both of these, and then we will go get some trees. Okay. Well, it's not letting me do it, so I guess you're not allowed to put Unbreaking 3 on the thaumium grafter. I swear I'd seen someone do it before, but I'll just have to let go of that. And the upside of that means I'm done. Let me just throw some stuff away here. Not throw it away, but put it back. I get this room back in my inventory, and then we shall proceed. So let me just throw my Salus Mundi in here, and onward back to the Highland Overlook. Okay, so if I use this slowly enough anyway, it should basically be able to be used infinitely. I just got to keep an eye on the damage and use it more slowly. See there, it got down pretty red there, but it comes back up pretty quick. And this is cool. And I'm going to fill up with stuff pretty quickly. I'm going to need to get a, whatchamacallit, a chest in order to have some room for some of this stuff. Let me see. Let me make a little room here. Let me take that off here. Let me grab one of these. And I'll throw all the saplings I get into a chest. Say, let me just put it right here for now. And throw all these in. I got another beech. That's cool. And, oop, that's a new one too. The silver lime. So we've got 2 new species so far. The common beech and the silver lime. And, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and get all the rest of the saplings from here. Let me do one thing though real quick. I've got in my inventory here some bees. I need to make the room. And I just wanted to show you guys what I'm doing with the breeding at this point. I'm trying to stabilize my diligent drones and my unweary drones before I cross them with the best traits I can get on them. And so here's my princess. Oh wait, I've got the treelizer open now. Let me keep track of the difference. The beelizer, the treelizer. So my princess right here, she is she's diligent on both sides, which is great. And these are her traits. I managed to get fast production speed into her, slower pollination, which is better than slowest, right? And this active lifespan is shorter, which is better than shortest. So the best I'm going to be able to do with her, I looked at all these traits, is right here. I've got one of the drones I managed to get stabilized to shorter. So slightly better lifespan. This one's consistent. So if I breed her with him, which I've lost track of now. Was it him? No. Where did I put him? Did I drop him on the ground? Where'd he go? There he is. There he is. So it was that one. Let's throw that in there. I guess that's a product of closing my beelizer and not being, and the bee still being in there. So these guys are going to go back in the box. And then same thing over here with the unweary princess. Let's see what I got going on with her. So in the beelizer, I'm out of honey drops. Let me grab some honey drops over here, which I have quite a bit of at this point, and throw her in. So she's pretty stable now. We've got a shortened lifespan, normal production speed, and slower pollination speed. So the pollination speed is moving up, and that's going to be important in this line. So I wanted to make sure I had the best. Shortened, normal, slower. So of these, this one's shortened, normal, slower, but we have a slowest in here that we need to get rid of. And this one, shortened, normal, slower. So this one has stabilized. So if I breed both of these now, there shouldn't be any more variability, and I should be able to go on ahead now and cross the two. So that was just a quick little look at what I'm doing. It takes a lot of work to do it that way, but you do need to do some normal breeding. There's no other way to get around all of getting these traits but breeding. But yeah, once I get the genetic stuff underway, which I'm going to do in another episode, I've researched it fully, but it's pretty elaborate to set it all up, so it's going to take at least an episode to do. I'm going to be able to grab traits and put them in as I want and basically take control of the bee species, but I'm still going to need this crossing, and the only way I'm going to get new traits and better traits is through this kind of crossing. Anyway, and let me just show you these real quick too. I've managed to stabilize my cultivates already, where they're always breeding the same all the time, and I got the traits as best I could on them as well, and so I don't even have to look at them anymore. The drones are stacking. I know they're the same. And I've got these down to shorter, fast, and slower. So that's the best I was able to do on my cultivated line. But at least I got my production speed fast, which is really good. And you can see I have a whole stack of them here. I'm going to go ahead and stick them in here. I'll put them off down here in the corner so I can remember that those were them. And now I could turn any princess I wanted into this kind of cultivated drone if I wanted, just by breeding her enough times with these drones. So, enough talking. I'm going to put my spectacles on, get my thaumium grafter, and I'm going to start taking all these leaves apart. And then when I'm done, ooh, that looks like a new one. Check it out. Mundane larch. So that's a new species as well. So when I get all these, we'll plant the new ones, and we're going to get some crosses going to get some even newer trees, some cooler trees. So, and we'll check out what these look like. Oh no. See, I was too fast. I killed my thaumium grafter. Oh man. All right. Well, I'm going to go make another one. I'm going to do this, finish this, and then I'll be back with the results. Just one note while I do this is I found if I tried this first, I can put the unbreaking 3 on it that way. That was just a little glitch. So now I'm going to see if I can go ahead and put the repair on it after I've done the unbreaking 3, which will make it harder for me to kill like I just did. So let's see if it's actually going to do it. No, it's not. So it's either one or the other. That's a drag. Okay, good to know. So working through this, I think it's just a matter of coming up with a little pace where I'm not going to wear through the thing faster than it repairs. So this is break and break and break. Kind of tedious. If I had 2 of them or 3 of them, which is probably what I should do in the long run, I could just go back and forth between them. Alright, so I did that. And I did end up making 3 of these at the end. I killed one more. And I figured I needed the 3 to keep rotating through. It was a little tedious, but I got this chest full of stuff. It actually had filled the whole chest before I went ahead and I trealized them all. And then once all their genetic details were known, it was able to stack them more efficiently. And in the end, we did get the 3 new species. And they don't all stack. So we got the mundane larch, which is that little kind of more teal bright leaves there. Oh, and they stacked when I did that. That's very interesting. And then let me see, we've got the silver limes. Okay, so there's more stacking when I do that as well. And then all the beeches. So okay, well that simplifies things. I thought I was going to have to look at all their genetics and figure out what else I wanted to use. So, and the rest of these are mostly all crosses. These are just apple oaks, and you can see that like apple oak red spruce apple oak, silver birch apple oak, and so on. Now I want to plant these new trees again in a second, but I also want to plant them in a way that I can actually get some crosses. The next cross I want to work my way towards the cherry and the walnut and the sweet chestnut, because those are all cool. There's lots of breeding to do, and there's a tree called a Monkeypuzzle, which we're going to have to go for eventually, but it's going to take a little while to get there. Let's see if we can get a cherry or a walnut just at the end of this episode. So I'm going to need to cross the silver lime with a silver birch or an apple oak. So we can do them either just with the apple oak, or we can do them with silver birch apple oak hybrids, which would probably work just fine. We don't need the spruce at this point. More silver birch, apple oak, and so on. A little warp, as usual. Let's just look at these really quick now and just talk about traits really quick. So saplings is how many saplings they make. Matures is how fast they'll grow on their own or how much bone meal they're going to take. Height is obvious, and girth. Girth is one of the things that is species locked, although I learned that you can change it some. Like you can take regular trees and make them into 2x2s or 3x3s. They go all the way up to 4x4s, which is 16 saplings. The yield is the yield of the fruit they make, whatever products they make. Sappiness is how much biofuel you can get out of them when you ferment them. Fireproof is obvious. Effect. I don't think trees actually have effects yet, but I guess there's room for when they're going to. some of the bees, like the majestic, when we get to them, will actually have like give you regen and stuff like that, or poison. And then there's these, so where they grow, they need light. Plains, they won't just grow in plains at this point, although there are some trees that are very biome specific. Pomes is basic fruits, and so on. And this won't give us anything. Let's put an apple in there. This is apple, oak, silver, birch. This still supports apples are crossed out, I guess, because of the birch. So anyway, we're not going to worry too much about those traits right now. We could really look into it and try to get the best ones we can. But let's see this. Let's put down which one was this? The mundane larch and the silver lime. Well, first, okay, we want the silver lime and the oak. And let's see, this is a straight up oaks. And let me see, let's get a couple of these in here. What the heck? And so let me put one there. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to plant them that close to one another. Put one of those there. And let me see. Let me get my bone meal out. Grow this one first. Let's see what a silver lime looks like. So there we go. That's a silver lime, a brand new tree. And it's going to have a different kind of wood as well. Let's see what its wood looks like. Each one's going to be a different color. So that one is not looking too remarkable yet. You know, it's going to take us a minute to get up to the fancy ones, but we'll just keep that tree together for now. And then let's grow some of the ones we're going to cross it with. So that one and that one. And yeah, let's just put down one more silver lime, because that's the main thing we're going for with these crosses. Is I'm going for a hill cherry. And then while I'm at it, I'm just going to go for the shotgun approach and go ahead and put down the other kinds of saplings. And plus, we have to see what they look like. So here is the mundane larch. Let's see what it looks like. Let me get my bone meal back. So, hello. Okay. So it's got more kind of gray-green leaves. Got a pretty cool bark. I like it. Let's see what the wood looks like. Right here. So it's kind of a pinker color. Every one of them is going to have a different color, and Forestry has made it so that a lot of them... Oh, I didn't mean to make it. Oh, well, we'll hold you up like that. Might as well do that with this one, too. Let's see what we get from this one when we turn it into planks. So that one doesn't look too different than oak. Throw that down there. A little bit different. And then what was the third one we got? We got the common beech. So let's put a beech over here, say, and see what it looks like. Bone meal it. So, yeah, it's got a much lighter colored bark. Almost kind of flesh colored. And let's see what we get from this. This is looking orangier. Okay, so here we go. And let's put that down there. So you can see we got the 3 new trees, the 3 new planks. So it's going to take a while before these breed. So I want to let that happen. I also want to start editing this episode. I think what I'll do is I'll edit the rest of the episode, and then I'll come back to this and I'll see what we've got, if we have any new species, if we've made it to the cherry. And then I guess we'll have to go from there to the walnut. Actually, yeah, cherry is the precursor for walnut and sweet chestnut. So let's see if we can just make it as far as the cherry today. So I will join you back here in a little while. And just a couple quick notes in between is, one, I want to put some spruce down here too, just because there's some crosses that could happen with the beech and the larch with the spruce. And I'm going to do what I should have done first time, is I'm going to go ahead and treealize it first, and the spruce then turns into red spruce. So that makes it one step ahead. So I'm going to go ahead and plant those over here somewhere, like there, and I don't know, there. And then the other thing I wanted to show you is that I learned recently that the bee house, which I was scoffing at because it was kind of the lowest tier, actually has an advantage in that one thing is that no mutations will happen in it. So sometimes it can be very good if you don't want mutations to happen. I'm not really concerned about at the moment. But the other thing is that in the bee house, there actually is a much better rate of pollination than there is in other kinds of bee houses. So I'm going to go ahead and put just some forest bees in here because that's what I have. And these are not the worst at pollination, although eventually I'm going to have some that are much better. And they'll also live longer in here, so I won't have to cycle them as much. So just to speed the pollination along, I'm going to go ahead and put these bee houses down. And I'm just being careful to do it where they have full sight of the sun, of the sky, which is important. So just go ahead and throw these two in there. And then over here somewhere, wherever I have some view of the sky, right there. Nope, right here. I'm going to put the third. Just wanted to show you that, talk a little bit about the bee houses. And apparently, they're one of the best for pollination of the trees. So we'll see if that really speeds things up or not. And I can see pollinated leaf block there already. All right, I'm going to go edit the rest of the footage. And then I'm going to come back and we'll see what we've got. Alrighty, well, I got the rest of the episode edited, and we're already a minute or two past 30 minutes, so I got to be quick. Let's see if we can get a hill cherry. And unfortunately, there's no evidence of butterflies to show you this time, but I can tell you they do exist. So I got my spectacles on. Let's see what we can get. Oh, we got an ash seedling. That's new. If I don't hit a hill cherry right away, I will just go ahead and do all these, and I'll come back when I'm done and show you what I got. And not all of these have pollinated, of course, but last time I showed you when they were all pollinated, that was several days of pollination, and this has only been about an hour. So anyway, let me go through all these, and I'll be right back. I already got one while I was talking to you. I didn't even notice. So let's get that down here with some bone meal. We'll go ahead and look at the ash too. Very cool, very cool. So I'll just put this here for the moment. There it is. Woohoo! And that's why I wanted to get to that one, because that is a good looking tree, man. And apparently if you bone meal these, you can mature the fruit, and I guess I can't right click it. I got to break it. I can get some cherries. Nom, 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 nom. I love cherries. Wow, and I thought I just ate. Something is using up my hunger quickly. Huh. I guess, yeah, doing the grafting work is hard work, I guess. And then let me show you the wood on this real quick, because it's nice as well. Oh, actually, that's right. It's not deep red. It's just kind of a honey yellow. But that bark, man, that's the coolest right there. Yeah. And okay, let's look at the ash too, real quick. Let me see what we got. Oh, very gray and silvery. Nice green leaves. And let's look at the wood. Let's see what we got. What it looks like. A little bit more yellowy. Awesome. So there we go. We've got 5 new tree species today, at least, if I'm counting right. I'm going to go through and get the rest of those right now. If I find anything new, I'll let you know. Otherwise, I am Monkeypuzzle. And I got my spectacles on, looking very nice. Let me walk back to the cherry tree, because it's my favorite. Thank you for watching the whole episode. Let me know what you think. And let me know if I can jump right into genetics next episode, or if you need me to do something different. Man, why am I so hungry? What's going on? Not like I have some kind of warp effect or something. That's pretty amazing. All right. Anyway, I'm signing out. See you next time. Bye-bye. Oh, I'm back. I got 2 more. I've got the Copper Beech and the Common Yew. So here's the Copper Beech. See what it looks like. Ah, very pretty. And see this over here. Let's do the common yew. All right, and let's check out their wood real quick. See what we got. And so this one looks like that, kind of orangey again. And this one looks like that. Okay, there we go. See you next episode. Bye bye.